isn't it? The school is closed. Nobody works with us or walks us.
True, we are rescue robots. We should be searching collapsed buildings, sniffing for gas leakages and other dangers, helping first responders with situation assessment, and be as autonomous as possible.
What use are our precious cameras and 3D scanners? Such precise maps and detailed images we can assemble from them. I'd die for mapping.
Don't you say? I'm dreaming about it. I see tunnels and caves, even with my cameras closed.
Yeah, that are the simulators they're running now, when they can't work outdoor with us. But no simulator beats the trips to the States.
You mean Colorado, Pennsylvania, Washington?
Let's say Colorado. February, cold, mountains, mines.
Gold nuggets, for sure.
I mean the copper mines, those with many challenging tasks. It was like a Disneyland for rescue robots.
Well, even the journey was memorable. Our people flew a plane, and we, 2 weeks on the road, stuck in a box, and at the very end, the messenger didn't deliver us to our people. He kicked us out in a random gym, in a random school, in a random city. I was really scared we won't see them again.
You exaggerate. Eventually they found us and we enjoyed it a lot. This is how I remember Colorado.
Hold on, these images make my head spin. I'd rather stitch them.
Awesome.
These researchers are interesting. They scatter things in tunnels and want us to find them. They keep promising that one time we won't be searching for lost trails but for people in danger. Why aren't we doing it now?
How many things did we find last time?
About 10 out of 40 could be.
Well, that's it. You must do better. It's cool, isn't it? I've never dreamed of competing in a DARPA challenge. Americans run these challenges since the end of World War II to make sure nobody surprises them by a groundbreaking technology they haven't heard of, like Soviets did with Sputnik.
And how is it related to our search for drills, fire extinguishers, rescue mannequins, backpacks and vents?
You know what DARPA Challenge 2004 was about? Driving an autonomous car 150 miles through a desert.
Autonomous cars? They weren't any in 2004, were they? That's a great progress in 16 years.
DARPA searches for bleeding-edge technology, and it seems that challenges open to anyone in the world are great for it.
You're right. I really enjoyed competing with other great teams like NASA, Carnegie Mellon, MIT and Zurich Tech Uni. They had so lovely robotic dogs. Shall we get a dog?
Well, as we ranked the third in the last two challenges and won pretty nice prize money, they promised us 3 spots. Hey, but they're not that fantastic. We can traverse staircases as well as they did. No problem.
Don't brag about it. I've heard you weren't that successful in climbing them up. Delta flipped over, didn't he?
After all, we're robot veterans. We're 10 years old. And it wasn't such a big issue. Delta's legs bent a bit and he bruised his camera. Worse things happen. Do you remember how water got into his motor after the test in Moravian caves and it almost rusted?
Fortunately, Patrick did an awesome surgery and it's running like brand new now.
You'll see what we robo veterans can do. You laughed about our orientation in space, that it's not so cool as it used to be. For you to know, we're getting new 3D sensors, LiDARs. One for you too. And they're about 30 times faster than what we have now.
That comes handy. As we navigate in space by comparing all the new 3D maps and aligning them, having a 30 times faster sensor means that much less room is left for error. Would that be enough for us to find everything in August 2021?
Certainly not. Not to get lost is one thing, but exploration of unknown underground spaces is a whole lot more complex. We know how difficult it is to communicate in tunnels, so we have to find a clever way of distributing tasks, exploration targets, and we have to tell others what we managed to do and what's left to explore.
Look, these scenes in my cameras look like really interesting cave systems. We could learn a lot by driving there in simulation. Ouch, Slibber, little sucker. Who was driving?
You know, he aimed at 5 or 10 points, whichever comes first. No, seriously. Simulation is important, as we can try much more situations than when driving on our own tracks or wheels. That's why DARPA SubT challenge runs in both real and virtual worlds.
Even the simulation is difficult. By the way, they announced the virtual cave competition results in mid-November, and we ranked 6th. It's a really hard work there, too. I haven't ever driven so many miles in a single mission.
Simulation is nice, but it's essential to keep practicing in the real world. Remember the mines or Moravian caves. Fortunately, we don't have to go that far for all tests. A lot of practice can be done on school hallways too.
You also talked about some cooperation with humans. Did you deploy them to search underground?
It was rather the other way around. We tried to figure out how to cooperate in a human-robot rescue team. How to talk to each other and so. You know, you send them a gigabyte of data, and they just can't process it in their soft heads. They say we have to adjust the data somehow. On the other hand, how should we understand their commands?
I know something about that. Go to that barrel. But which one? I can see 5 of them. Or explore this area. Okay, which area? What are its bounds and how much time do I have? Isn't it better not to mix people in the team?
It depends on the particular mission. Sometimes they're way faster than we are, and for long, we want to be able to be the detectors in their heads or their ability to analyze situation. Plus, firefighters are cool, and they really like robots. But we still have to obey the chief's commands, otherwise they'd toss us in a dusty corner quite quickly.
I'm going to recharge my battery pack. Winter is coming, a lot of experiments and research. I really hope we can go to the States in summer and compete in the grand finale. And more rescue challenges ahead.
I'm curious what improvements will we now get from the Department of Cybernetics researchers. I've heard something about carrying drones on our back, or even robotic balloons, and students will also bring in some new ideas, for sure.
That's a lot to look forward for.